Hi, my name is Professor Corder, and I am the instructor for this Geography 101 number 13425 fully online geography class at Santa Ana College this fall 2022 semester. I'm going to walk you through how you get onto the Canvas class and a little bit about the class. I want you to know this though, Canvas suggests using either Chrome or Firefox rather than Safari. I have Apple equipment, so I generally use Safari, but not for this. I always use Chrome. They also suggest that you clear your cache to ensure fluidity in the functioning of your system. And if you don't know how to do that, YouTube has lots of videos on how to do it. It's not very hard. I've done it many times to make sure everything operates cleanly. So what you do is this. You type in sac.edu, sac.edu, like you see right there, and either this page or a similar page is going to show up. If you click on Canvas, you'll get this yellow banner here that says log into Canvas. You click on that and then type in your information. Then what's going to show up is this, which is called your Canvas dashboard. We hunt for your class. This is my dashboard, not yours, but you'll find it. Here's yours right here, 13425. Click on that, and that will open up your Canvas homepage. Now, this is a geography class, and I want you to know something. I sometimes work out with a buddy of mine at the YMCA. His name is Gabe. Gabriel is his name, but Gabe is what he goes by. And he was a Vietnam veteran. And one day I was telling him what I did for a living, which is I'm a geography teacher at Santa Ana College. And he said, I had no idea how important geography was until I was in Vietnam. Because when he was in Vietnam, you have to know latitude and longitude correctly in order to call in reinforcements or to call in fire or whatever it is. I know it's a war, it's not a pleasant thing to talk about, but geography crosses many, many, many disciplines. So I just want you to know that in advance. So if you click on right over here where it says start here, this gives you some information about the class. I would suggest that you read it, and down at the bottom, there's a video about physical geography. Let's go back over here to home, and you can see that when I click there, that there's another banner right here, Welcome to Physical Geography and the Environment 101. Yes, it's similar to start here, which it is similar to start here. The school builds in some redundancy into this. So you don't really have to look at the Welcome to Physical Geography if you read the start here, but it's on there if you want to look at it. Then if you click on the syllabus over here, the syllabus is going to open up automatically. There is a quiz on the syllabus in the first module of this class, so make sure you read through the syllabus carefully. You can also download it right here if you want a copy of it yourself. So let me give you some of the highlights or whatever you want to call it. So this is Santa Ana College mission statement, the district mission statement. You can see that this is the class, Geography 101, number 13425. Fall 2022, full semester online. Professor William Porter, which is me. Disclaimer, the instructor, which is me, reserves the right to modify the syllabus or course overview if needed. Your adjustment and flexibility of this are appreciated. Notice this, that if we're going to have office hours, if you want to meet with me, we can meet at SAC. We have to set this up mutually because I'm not going to be spending time at SAC other than if I need to go meet with somebody. But we can also meet virtually via this thing down here called Big Blue Button. So we can set something up. It's like Zoom, we can talk to each other. If you're going to email me, please use my school email address, which is quarter_bill@sac.edu, or message me through Canvas, which you can do just by clicking inbox, and then it allows you to do it. The phone number at the school for me is at 714-564-6576, although I'm not going to be in my office. So calling that's probably not going to work. Generally, I reply to things within about 48 hours, but usually it's quicker than that. You can see this is the title of the course, the textbook right here. So there is no required textbook for this class. Here's 2 free textbooks that you can use. The textbooks are only used as supplement. I'm not going to test you directly on them. Or if you want a hard copy of a textbook, you can see right here, if you buy any physical geography textbook that's meant for college that has a publication date of 2015 or more recently, that will work. Just, if you're concerned about it, just take a screenshot of it, send it to me, and I'll tell you. This tells you about the course placement, which is this class works for the general education requirements for natural sciences A category, for CSU Plan B, transfer requirements for scientific inquiry and quantitative reasoning, physical science B1, including the ADT and AAT, and for PhilSC, I guess, which is the UC requirements for Plan C, transfer requirement area 5. Okay, so there you go. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but if you are after what this class is at, just go ahead and take a look at it. It'll tell you what it transfers for. If you're a DSPS student, please get that paperwork to me the first week so we can set everything up for you. Student learning outcomes, course objectives, course topics. Notice there are 4 sections in this class. Each one of these sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, ends with an exam. You can see the basic topics for each one of those. Attendance. So I take attendance in this class, but it's taken on whether you are doing the assignments or not. The first week, especially if you do not do the 2 mandatory assignments, the discussion board and the syllabus quiz, I will have to drop you as a no-show. That's required by the state, by the way. It doesn't have anything to do with me or even the college. It's required by the state. So please make sure you get them done. Course grading, notice there are 4 100-point multiple choice exams. Also, notice that they come at the end of each one of those 4 sections. There are 8 video homework assignment quizzes worth varying points. There's 2 of these video homework assignments per section. There's 4 sections. 2 times 4 is 8. A syllabus quiz worth 20 points, which is in the first module, and then 8 discussion board topics. Each one of these is worth 15 points. And then you can see down here, grades are assigned basically as a straight scale. Notice no exams will be dropped, no video homework assignment quizzes will be dropped. The syllabus quiz will not be dropped, the discussion boards will be dropped. There are no makeups, retakes, or redos of any graded assignment or quiz, and a 0 will be assigned to anything that you don't do that's a graded assignment. Notice this thing right here, this whatever it is, bunch of square boxes. This goes through the entire semester and tells you what we're going to be doing each week. Okay, scroll down here. Canvas course site information, technical support. Canvas is available to you, by the way, 24/7. If you have any problems, you can call them for free at 844-612-7428. They are very, very helpful. Obviously, required technology, you're taking an online class. If you're trying to do this with your phone, you're probably going to have problems. You need to have a good internet connection, and you can connect at the school, by the way, or a library or whatever. Make sure you read Academic Honesty and assignments at Canvas. These are the important dates. Notice your final exam will be open for you from December 4th, which is a Sunday at 12 a.m. through Saturday, December 10th at 11:59 p.m. After that, the class closes and it's over. Make sure that if you're going to email me, it's all above board stuff. So make sure it's all academically related. You can read through all that miscellaneous. This is Title IX, which is from the state. Okay, back to home just for a second. And we're going to start looking at the modules. So if you click on modules over here, by the way, your grades, you saw this where grades is at. This is how you find each one of your grades. You click on that. This is mine, so it looks a little different than yours. But if you look at course information, I would go through all of this course information in this course information module before you start the class. Just read through it. Obviously, you already have a copy of the syllabus over on the left-hand side, but as I said, they build in redundancy into this. So you can read the Welcome to Physical Geography and the Environment course, Instructor Contact. Let's just click on this. I'll show you something. So here's a picture of me at the Taj Mahal, some information about me, how to contact me, and same thing I just said before. Emailing me. When you're going to email me, please make sure that in the subject bar you put Geography 101 and the number of this class, which is 13425. And then here's a couple examples of email. Please look at these. Email me correctly. I'm not your server at In and Out, and you're not my customer. We have a professional relationship. Let's operate like that, because I assume at some point you're going to get a job out of this, right? I mean, this is why you're taking school, I assume. And if you're taking it just for fun, awesome. I love you. Then if you click down here on the bottom right-hand side at next, it brings you to the very next page in this communication plan, which is more information about that. I'm going to go back over here to modules. Okay. So let me just tell you something quickly about the discussion board topics. The discussion topics are meant to represent topics that might arise organically in a face-to-face class, like in a classroom or a live class. They have some relation to geography in most cases, but they might not be tightly related to geography. They might be kind of distantly related. I mean, geography is a pretty broad subject. Nevertheless, the types of topics that come up in college classrooms and then elicit discussion. And that's what I want to do. I want it to be kind of an open forum in a way with some kind of interesting topics for you guys to check out, not just give me the name of a famous physical geographer. To me, I find that to be not very useful. But I find these topics to be really, really good topics, and they usually elicit really good conversation from you guys. So that's the way the discussion board is going to work. So let's scroll down and look at Module 1 really quickly here. Here's Module 1. This is where we start. So this is the first week of school. I would always advise when I open a module for you that you just quickly look through it and see how long it is and what the topics are, okay? And then notice this. All of the graded assignments, and there's 4 in this first module, are all indented one space. You can see that the rest of these pages are all on the left-hand margin, but these 4 are all indented one space. The syllabus quiz, discussion board, and then these 2 video homework assignments right here. So I would start by doing this. Click on Module 1 Introduction. This tells you a little bit about this module. I would read through it. It doesn't take very long. It's a video of me in Yosemite, obviously when it was much colder. These videos that introduce the modules are usually about 1 minute long, so I would watch them. They're kind of fun, a little bit of an introduction, regular effective contact. This is the same video that I showed you before, introducing physical geography. watch it if you have not already watched it. Now we come to the syllabus quiz. So you need to read the syllabus, pay attention to what it says, and then you're going to take a quiz on it. Make sure you read the instructions before you do that. Notice down here it says it's going to be open from August 21st at 6 p.m. until August 27th at 11:59 p.m. If you do not get it done by then, it's over. Then click next right here. There's a little video about the textbook versus me, because I overlap with the textbook and it overlaps with me, but I talk about some things it doesn't talk about and vice versa. It just explains that there's nothing wrong with having more than one point of view on things. Then you can see this is the discussion board topic. It's about the pandemic, because we've all gone through this together. I'm sure you have some interesting things to say about it. Please read through the directions first. When you're going to reply or give an answer to this, you click right here where it says reply, type in your answer here, blah, 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 right? And then you come down over here and click post reply, and then you can see everybody else's reply. So you answer to it, and then you reply to another student. Let's be nice about this, let's be cool. Then click next down here, and then we come to the first of these 2 video homework assignments. Notice, though, that this is due, well, it starts on August 21st at 6 p.m., but it ends on September 3rd. So you're getting 2 weeks to be able to do the 2 video homework assignments. If you click on the link, it will bring you to a professionally captioned video, professionally captioned by the Annenbergs. If you click on that, then you can watch it, and then you're going to take this quiz on it. Make sure you read the instructions first, and then you take the quiz, and then once again, click on next, and it will bring you over here to the next one. Same thing, you click on that link right there, and it'll bring you to it. Now let me click over here onto modules. Again, come down here to module 1, and you can see that where the class starts, where the lectures start, you can see it says section 1, module 1, terms and concepts. If you click on that, these are the terms and concepts you need to get out of this particular module, section 1, module 1. So this is what you need to know. Where do you get that information from? You're going to get that information from each one of the lecture videos that I've included here. So here they are, okay? Introduction to Physical Geography. Whoops, it skipped up a little bit. Introduction to Physical Geography, the environment, the Earth system, then geometry of degrees, and the 3 Earth movements, for example. I'll click on that, and here's the video. You watch it, right? They're all going to work like this. So that if we go to module 2, click over to module 2. Hello. Okay, we're going to get this thing to work. So if we come to module 2, sorry, skipped ahead. You can see there are no graded assignments in module 2, but there are these things called more about. These are just somebody else talking about the same topics. You don't have to watch the more abouts, but you might want to watch it. And then you can see module 3, and there's a discussion board. Then module 4, we have our first exam, then module 5, and so on. So this is where we're going to go through the class. If you have watched this all the way through to here, for 5 extra credit points on your first exam, email me or message me through Canvas with the name of the guy I mentioned from the YMCA that I work out with and, told us about how important geography is at the beginning of this video. Put the name of the class, which is Geography 101, number 13425, and his name in the subject box, then your name in the body of the email. This must be done, and it must reach me by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, August 24th, and I will give you 5 extra credit points on your first exam. All right, let's go have a great semester.